Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. Excuse me. In my church clothes, doing what I do for you. Yeah, this is one of them. And get you ready. Put your seatbelts on, strap it in. It's gonna be a little rough for some people. So let's go. Rightism, 24 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. This is a message in the story for life, and this is gonna be a doozy. I'm giving life lessons. You tune to receive them. I appreciate you. Let's do what we do. Right thinking, mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers do just that. My goal and plan is to give you the information to help you do just that. Know thyself. And if you want to be a right thinker, that should be your intent to know thyself. So I ask the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical. But if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not that they know not, foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. That's fine. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to Mayat, be true. Right thinkers, you ready? Question. Is religion the root of all evil? We like to say and believe it's money. True, but it ain't by itself. So let's talk about that concept for a second. All right. Yeah. I had I asked this question to a few people a couple of days ago when I came up with the idea. And I was asking the question, you think religion's the root of all evil? Nah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Without even thinking, without even giving a second thought, remember that show, Arsenio Hall, things that make you go, hmm. He was saying things that make you think. Okay. So when you hear that question, I guess if you're religious, you're gonna go right to no. But even if you're religious, you still got to deal with the facts. Okay, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. That's where we're going with this. I asked my pastor. I didn't even put him in the book. No, no, it ain't about personal. It's about overall religion concept. No, not just Christian. No, I ain't ragging on y'all. I just want you to know that. Think about it. So here we go. I know my religious history, and I also know that every war we had was over religious differences. Do you know that as a religious person, a belief follower of whatever? Do you know that about your religion? The Christians was on a crusade. I'm a Knights Templar. I know about that. They was given orders that if nobody who wasn't a Christian, wasn't a follower of faith, Christian, kill them. I know that. Another little enlightening concept and fact that you can go look up. Knights Templars. Okay. The crusade. Okay. We are, again, spiritual beings having a human experience, and we're here for a purpose to know thyself in order to go back home. Our spirit is on loan. He wants it back. The only way it can go back home is to recognize itself in the physical body. My goal is to get all right thinkers to at least do that while you're here. Religion is man made And it's man's way to control who? His ignorant followers of that particular concept. And if you want to be enslaved spiritually or religiously, become a follower of any religious sect. Pick one, don't make a difference. Okay? But it's man-made. Okay, it's created to dogma to what? But hook tie certain people. You see, religion. Watch this. When misunderstood, or more important, mistaught, a lot of that going on too, is a detriment to all who follow. Again, those who don't know and believe and think that they know, if you follow them, that's dangerous. Why? They're gonna lead you the wrong way. It's never gonna end good for you. So, if you a follower of religion, aka a belief system, you are claiming ignorance of self. What? Again, religion don't give you knowledge of self. It gives you their concept and their viewpoints and their dogma that they want you to follow. Knowledge of self is spiritual. Being spiritual, since we are spiritual beings, mean what? Being without a religion, knowing your spiritual truth over religious superstition and dogma. It's just that simple. I'm trying to let you know I got nothing against religion at all. Nothing against people who practice any set religion at all. As long as you respect me, you'll get nothing but respect from me. Moving on. I don't have no issues. Religion, watch this, removed God out of his creation, which is us, and placed him up high in the heavens. For an 8-year-old, 5, 6-year-old maybe, but for somebody who got discernment and some issues or questions with the wherewithal, they're going to question that philosophy. I'm just saying, I'm one of them. Okay? So if you teach a philosophy or a theology, that's what it is, concept, okay, where God is separated from his creation, I can't go with that. Simple as that. That's my choice. So, now, I don't follow Christians, Muslims, Jews, Buddhists, Hindu, none of them. Understand that? I ain't just ragging on no all religions. Okay, I don't subscribe to. They belief systems. I need to know. So I follow the spiritual concept of gnosis, to know. That's all. And with knowledge and understanding, learning spiritual truth and manifesting for yourself, you know too. Moving on. Why I don't do religion. Okay, a little breakdown before I even got here. But yeah, those are the reasons why I don't watch. I know religious history, and none of them are any good if you ask my opinion. And that's all I'm giving you. I study them, I check them out, and I can make that assessment based on what I think and feel about them. Simple as that. I read you the 5 people. If somebody don't know something and believe they know something, leave them alone. What? They're not going to change. I can't change somebody's belief. No, I ain't trying to do that. So you leave them be. They got the right to believe what they want, even when it's wrong. So understand that. I don't rag on nobody's belief. I just don't subscribe to them. Okay? Our ancient ancestors, watch this, were spiritual, not religious. And everybody who encountered them said the same thing about them. They are the most spiritual people they've ever encountered. They live right, knowing themselves to be what? Spiritual beings having a human experience for the process of going through this part of phase of life to get to the next phase, because death is imminent. They knew that. But if you did certain things here, they knew death wasn't imminent to the spirit that's inside you. And if you recognize that within yourself while in the flesh, when the flesh leaves, the conscious goes back. That's just a concept. Just explain it to you. Moving on. Religion got concepts too. I understand that. Okay. But I see a lot of what? Falsehoods and contradictions in all your religious views. That's all. I'm not here to brag on them, but I know that for myself. Now, I have had a conversation. I've had my personal conversation with what I consider to be God of my understanding. Why? He's talking to me from inside me, not outside of me, first of all. Well, how you know when the devil? I know the difference between the devil and God. Trust me on that one. I told you the story. The voice he came to me was in the Vince Lombardi. For those who don't know, he's an old white guy who taught the Green Bay Packers, but he was a spiritual, God-fearing man who was principled and had morals that I respected. And him knowing that about me, used that to get my attention. And I've been listening ever since. Moving on. So yeah, if you have your experience, that mystical experience, that awakening, that Nihas moment, whatever you want to call it, when you have it, now you are what? A knower of God. That's what I'm trying to get you to be, a knower, not a believer. Let's go. I'm almost done. Appreciate you tuning in. God. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, okay. I'm on a mission. I read this mission statement before I do my show every day. Not for religion, but for spiritual truths that what we can learn and live by and manifest to be what? Good people across the board. I don't just teach the one, I'm teaching societal concepts. That's what the Egyptians did for over 5,000 years, lived in peace and harmony with a philosophy that I picked up, polished off a little bit, and I'm bringing it to you now. Moving on. That's the concept, okay? If it's good, it will work. If it ain't good, it make a difference how old it is. If it ain't good, it ain't gonna work. New don't mean better. God spoke to Moses. Again, religion took God out of man. Let me give a few examples from your book. God spoke to Moses, and God wasn't inside of Moses. I told you when I got spoke to God, he was in here, not out there. Excuse me. And don't give me that God can do it. No, 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 no. It don't work that way. Okay. And when I just gave you my side because I've had that experience. If Moses, if I came and told you God talked to me from that heater, you can believe that? Well, it was on fire, don't make a difference. But if he's up here, you can't really argue. Why? Because you ain't up there to dispute it. You don't know one way or another. But you can't prove something exists that don't exist. The person who want to try to prove it exists should prove that it exists. Moving on is another issue, but we're going to talk about that right now. But let's talk about God. God is in all religions seen to be what? Outside of his creation. I don't subscribe to that theology, that philosophical concept. And my pastor teaches us that Christ is in us. I ain't got a problem with that. I told him, if you'd have put God in the burning bush, I wouldn't be coming an hour and something way to hear your message every week. Okay, moving on. God judges you by what? Your deeds and your righteous and virtuous living. Same way he punished you for doing the opposite. Moving on. God, they tell you, my pastor, this is his favorite phrase. God knows your heart. And I get away with that because I tell you, God dwells in what? The heart of man. That's what he is. Your job is to get this, to understand this, work them as one. That's becoming God conscious. So he preaching a different philosophy, a different way, but he's telling you the same thing. I ain't got a problem with that. Okay. So God knows your heart. What? Not your religion. He don't care if you claim to be Muslim, Christian, or Jew. You claiming like a gang member. I'm a Christian, I'm a blood, I'm Christian, I'm a Jew. So what? Are you a good person? Did you serve me in earnest? Did you do good deeds? Did you offer selfless service? So it ain't based on what religion you rapping. God is universal. Consciousness. Love, that's what? From the heart. Conscious is in the head. When those two work together in harmony, my pastor gave a lesson today his way, but it's the same as the heart mind coherence. You got to be able to let the Holy Spirit control your anger, your attitude. I'm teaching you how to do that. What y'all call it, I just said set your ego. Y'all call it something else. Same thing. When the Holy Spirit controls your tongue, when you don't come out your mouth and say certain things, that's having thinking before you talk. I tell you the same thing. But he got a nice message today. They understood it from a biblical aspect. I did too. Understand it? Yeah, but that's fine. That's what you do. You teach them how to use what it is they got, the spirit that's in them. So I was 100% in compliance with the lesson. Moving on. And I don't do religion, but I understand the purpose and the reason behind it, and I respect those who practice it. Simple. Last one, again, I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you're getting the message. I didn't want to start no beef. Oh, he didn't know. I just want to make a point. Just want to get the point out there. If you look at all the wars that's been fought, it's over somebody's disbelief or somebody's different name of God. That's religious reasons. Cut it out. Moving on. Last one. God is, God and I are one. That's a spiritual concept. That ain't a religious concept. And even the Christ said that. God is in me. I know that much. I agree with him on that. But the mansion has a bunch of rooms, a little something else. But and sitting on the right hand with the holes in your hand, no, we ain't going there. Moving on, let me wrap this up. All right. Religions have God in heaven. He sits up high and he looks down low. Really? I've heard that's what they say in the pulpit. I'm just saying, I'm listening to what they're saying. See, certain things you can listen, hear, and understand. You ain't got to act a fool because you don't agree with it or wild out because, no, you think they're wrong. No, they're none of that. You listen and give respect. That's all. You ain't got to do nothing but listen. You ain't got to agree with it. You ain't got to, no. But listen, yes, get that respect. Right thinking philosophy, aka we call Mayat philosophy, is known as Shita Netta, even Smatawi or Egyptian yoga. They all the same thing, and they all have God inside of his creation. According to us, God dwells in the heart of all human beings, in the life force, which is the spirit. But the heart is where God dwells. So we knew that. That's why at Judgment Day, your heart is weighed against the feather of Mayat. The heart, now, modern man figured out or found out scientifically through tests, whatever, the heart brain is bigger than the brain that's in your head. So God is bigger than you, even in your chest, in your heart. He got more sense than you got in your head. So you should be listening to your heart first. The heart knows what the heart knows. Trust me. And everything you do, think, is stored in the heart, just in case you didn't know. That's why they judged it. At Judgment Day, it speaks for you. You speak for yourself. Did you know that? Moving on. Let me write this up. Again, I appreciate you. God dwells in all of his creation. Nature, the universe, plants, stars, planet, everything. Understand that? Life force, spirit, life giving, and everything that God is in has life in it. Last one. God is not religious. He or she is spirit that's in us, aka his creation in his image. And the image thing, see that guy back there? You think I look like him? If you're an apple tree, you should sprout apples. Pears don't grow on the apple tree. Simple. So yeah, whoever your maker is, you're going to be in their image. If you're female, you're your mom's. If a male, you're your dad. It's just that simple. And if the baby come out at the 9 months and don't look like the daddy, check with the mommy. Why? It's daddy's maybe, but it's always mommy's baby. She know who did and who didn't. It's just a little tidbit. Okay, that's the lesson. And if that didn't get the point across of you think religion is the root of all evil, my intent was just to get you to give it some thought. I wasn't passing cast aspersion, just putting it out there. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. In closing and parting, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100 and me 100 minus today. So I never know that right thinker like you that passed away. I'm out.